request everyone to please settle down. Good morning to one and all. Today marks the commencement of the Global IndiaAI Summit 2024. This two-day event underscores the Government of India's unwavering commitment to the responsible development and development of artificial intelligence technologies. Now, it is my honor to invite our esteemed guests to the dais for the opening ceremony. The Honorable Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Railways, Information and Broadcasting, Shri Ashwini Vaishnav. Vice Minister for Policy Coordination, Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, Japan, His Excellency Mr. Hiroshi Yoshida. Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and Commerce and Industry, Shri Jitin Prasad. Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Shri S. Krishnan. President, NASSCOM, Ms. Debjani Ghosh. Vice President, OpenAI, Mr. Srinivas Narayanan. And Additional Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Shri Abhishek Singh. Thank you. In a time-honored tradition, we begin by lighting the lamp. This simple act holds deep meaning, for its warm glow represents the dispelling of darkness, the pursuit of knowledge, and the promise of a bright future. May I now invite the dignitaries on the dais for the lighting of the lamp. Thank you, everyone. We will now felicitate our esteemed guests. The Honorable Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Railways, Information and Broadcasting, Shri Ashwini Vaishnav, Vice Minister of Policy Coordination, Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communication, Japan, His Excellency Mr. Hiroshi Yoshida, Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and Commerce and Industry, Shri Jitin Prasad, Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Shri S. Krishnan, President, NASSCOM, Ms. Debjani Ghosh, Vice President, OpenAI, Mr. Srinivas Narayanan. I would kindly request everyone to come forward for a photograph. Thank you. To commence the program, may I now invite Shri Abhishek Singh to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. It's my honor and privilege today to welcome amongst us Honorable Minister Shri Ashwini Vaishnav ji, Honorable Vice Minister from Japan, Hiroshi Yoshida, Honorable Minister Jitendra Prasada, Srinivas Narayanan from OpenAI, Debjani Ghosh from NASSCOM, Secretary Mighty, distinguished delegates to GPay Mid-Year Summit, speakers for various sessions for Global India AI Summit, researchers, startups, entrepreneurs, delegates to the Global India AI Summit. Today, it's a momentous day for us as our Honorable Minister will be launching the India AI mission, which is a $1.2 billion plan to India's AI ambitions and dreams. It is a 7-pillar strategy focused on AI compute, foundational models, datasets platforms, AI applications, skilling, startups, and framework for safe and trusted AI. Sessions over the next 2 days will address key issues relating to all these 7 pillars and help evolve the best strategies for implementation of India AI mission. Today, we are also having the Executive Council and the Ministerial Council meetings of the GPay body, wherein we expect approval of an integrated partnership of GPay that will make GPay work more closely with OECD and other countries of the Global South. I once again welcome you all to this summit and look forward to 2 days of intense engagement on various policy issues related to artificial intelligence. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for setting the stage for a transformative summit. We now welcome Ms. Debjani Ghosh, President NASSCOM, to address the gathering.
Respected ministers, dignitaries on stage, my dear friends, good morning, everyone, and it is such a privilege to be here and participate in the inauguration of the Global IndiaAI Summit. I just want to talk about one specific thing about the AI world that we are living in. And these are very interesting times, and I think for the first time ever, we are having to grapple with 2 truths in the AI world, 2 parallel truths. One, AI is truly transformative, general-purpose technology with the potential to change economies, alter societies, etc. 2, there is tremendous amount of astronomical amount of dollars being invested in AI without clear light in terms of what will it result in, what will be the ROI. And both these truths are real. And for the first time ever, we are having to reconcile with 2 parallel tracks. As I reflect on this, I think we are transforming from the peak of AI hype to a much more sobering reality of AI, where companies, countries are beginning to question, what is the problem I will solve? How am I going to use it? And I'm so glad that this debate on the application of AI is taking center stage too. You think about applied AI, I also think this is where we need to add a 3rd truth to the dimension, that while AI is undoubtedly transformative, it is not magic. It is us humans that will play a crucial role in making AI real. We can create an atom bomb or worse with AI, or we can use it to create the magical cure, the magical drug. The responsibility on how we shape it is completely on us. And this is the role we envision for India. Leveraging our inherent strengths, I believe we are well positioned to lead the era of AI, applied AI, with human centricity at its very heart. Drawing from our depth of experience learning in building digital public infrastructures across core sectors that have reached 1 billion people and more, I believe that India can and will become the gold standard for developing truly safe and inclusive AI, and our India AI mission is truly set up to do exactly that. I'm confident that today's deliberations will help us strengthen the roadmap towards building a much more inclusive, human-centric AI. We have to put AI in the human loop and not human in the AI loop. I think that's the change we have to make. Wishing you all a very successful conference, and thank you very much again for being here.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable insights. Now we welcome Mr. Srinivas Narayanan, Vice President OpenAI, to address the gathering.
Namaste. It's an absolute honor for me to be here in Delhi at the summit. Um, just to set some expectations, my talk may be slightly longer than the previous two, so just bear with me today. So I grew up in Chennai, and I first learned about AI in 1994 during my undergraduate days at IIT Madras. I wrote my first AI chess program back then. And unlike the chess kids from Chennai these days, my AI chess wasn't very good. So I couldn't have imagined, back then that 30 years later, I would be talking about AI at a prestigious forum like this. So I'm very, very grateful for that today. Our mission at OpenAI is to build artificial general intelligence that is safe and beneficial for all of humanity. And I lead the engineering team at OpenAI that is responsible for building our products behind this mission, like ChatGPT, our developer APIs. We don't do this work alone, though. We work in concert with partners around the world, including here in India, with a shared sense of purpose in this mission. And today, building on visits to India by my colleagues over the last year, I want to talk to you a little bit about what we are beginning to learn from India, all the ways that we see India already harnessing the power of AI, and taking a long view, what might underlie AI in an AI-forward future. As the world's largest democracy seeks to further realize its development dreams of being a Viksit Bharat by the time it celebrates 100 years as an independent nation in 2047. But first, I want to thank the organizers of the Global IndiaAI Summit and the Global Partnership for Artificial Intelligence for having me here. And I also want to thank in particular the Government of India's Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology for its global leadership on AI and for the very inspiring India AI mission that you now steer. And today is not our company's first effort to learn from India. Our CEO, Sam Altman, visited about a year ago. Our global VP of Global Affairs, Anna Makanjus, talked at the GPAI last December. I did a developer summit in Bangalore in January, and our Chief Strategy Officer, Jason Kwan, visited the Economic Times Global Business Summit this past February. So we have been developing a growing habit of sorts on our leadership team to keep up with and stay close and to keep learning from India. And we're keeping in India in mind in whatever important decisions that we are making. I'll start a little bit by why is AI exciting now? And I'll talk a little bit about the ways in which India is leveraging AI, what we have learned, and a little bit about the future. So in the last decade, the entire field has witnessed a huge progress in AI. And in the last 5 years, we've seen a huge progress in our ability to build generally intelligent models. And we launched ChatGPT just 1.5 years ago. We thought it would be a low-key research preview. But in the last 18 months, we have seen that people are using it in really, really transformative ways. And it's impacting people's daily lives in all sorts of ways that we hadn't imagined, including here in India. And this has created a new interface to computing. It's a natural way to engage with technology that is conversational, and we are using that to getting things done. And what this shows is that when you have generally intelligent systems, people are able to put them to use in lots of different applications. And providing expertise at scale is one of the most important challenges for society. And so we are seeing AI being used in lots of new industries across the world and here in India as well. So how is India harnessing AI in 2024? I'll share a few broad themes here. First, AI has already added speed and dynamism to the already dynamic entrepreneurial ecosystem in India. Entrepreneurs understand market gaps, they're building innovative products, and tools like ChatGPT are helping them accelerate this in completely new ways. We're reducing the cost of intelligence, we're enabling developers to write code, and we are helping them create completely conversational and natural interfaces to computing. And I think this is helping people being a lot more productive and opening up opportunities for higher level problem solving. And so jobs to bold startups and national missions is really inspiring. So today, and building on our earlier announcements, I'd like to share that OpenAI is committed to supporting the India AI Mission's application development initiative to ensure that Indian developers can build on our models and deliver social benefit at scale. And we really look forward to continuing the conversation with the ministry and gauging where we might be able to add the most value. So let's look at a few concrete use cases of AI in India. In agriculture, AI is making it possible to provide more support to farmers in rural communities. As many of you know, here in India, agricultural agents help farmers navigate a changing climate, implement best practices, and bring their crops to market. But it's often difficult to ensure that there are enough agents in a country of this scale and diversity. In India, there are about 650 farmers for each agent. So the NGO Digital Green has been NGO has been working with the Ministry of Agriculture to address this challenge. Digital Green developed a chatbot called Farmer Chat that's built on GPT-4, and this is really helping people get more relevant advice sooner. And this works across many languages. And reducing language barriers is one of the superpowers of large language models, and this is one area that we've been working on, and I really want to applaud the government's Bhashini effort in this as well. A couple of others, healthcare, there's great amount of work happening here. For example, there is a company called 10-bed ICU that is trying to provide healthcare specialists at scale, and AI is really helping them deliver medical advice so that people can serve a lot more patients at scale. Education is another area that's incredibly important, and providing personalized education at scale is also a massive opportunity. Companies like PhysicsWallah are building on our products like ChatGPT to deliver personalized exam preparation to millions of people. And a final shining example is the India AI mission itself. And it sets a great example, not just in the global south, but for around the world, for what an end-to-end public investment in generative AI might entail. I want to just say a few things. We have learned a lot about India. So we have learned that we have reduced costs, which is a great feedback we got from developers. We've worked on improving language support of all of our models. And we're really committed to learning more from India, and we're already delivering on this. I also want to welcome our new head of policy and partnerships, Pragya, who's going to be in India and helping us through this. So welcome, Pragya. So as I look at the future, I'll just take a minute to close this out. As I take a look into the future, I think it's really amazing to see what AI is going to be able to help. And it's the biggest technological transformation of our lifetimes, and this has the ability to empower everyone in this world with knowledge and creative superpowers. So we want AI to be aligned with human values, and safety is deeply at the core of our mission. And we want to maximize its benefits while reducing the harms. And to do this well, we have a great opportunity to build new institutions that glide global norms, establish international order and cooperation, much like how the world came together in the last century on many areas like finance, health, and environment. So India has a unique approach to making this technology beneficial for people through initiatives like the digital public infrastructure, which has created transformative services like UPI. And Ascendant India has an essential leading role to play in the development of these institutions, and leading the beneficial adoption of AI is Viksit Bharat too. And thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Now we welcome Shri S. Krishnan, Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, to address the gathering.
Honorable Union Minister for Electronics and Information Technology, Mr. Hiroshi Yoshida-san, Vice Minister for International Affairs from Japan, Honorable Minister of State for Information and Technology, Ms. Debjani Ghosh, President NASSCOM, Shri Srinivas Narayanan, Vice President of OpenAI, and my colleague, Shri Abhishek Singh, Additional Secretary in the Ministry. I have great pleasure in welcoming many of the delegates who are coming back here to Delhi after the December summit when India took over the presidency of the GPA. I think this is an important occasion. A mid-year summit is something that we don't usually hold, but I think things in AI are changing so rapidly that we need to meet, catch up, and figure out what needs to happen. And what is most amazing is the response that we've received at very short notice for this event, which reflects how keen the international community is to get together and reflect on the issues which are arising in the use of AI across various sectors. And the most critical element here is that a multi-stakeholder approach is essential and something that we are all coming to adopt to ensure that AI actually does benefit the world at large, the community at large, and at the same time, we work together to prevent whatever user harms that it can create. I think this is the level of commitment that is required, and that is what this event here in New Delhi represents at this very critical point in time. Likewise, the governance of GPI has also come through a fairly intense process of negotiation and discussion to reflect the common commitment to have this happen. India, of course, has been a very important contributor to this debate and discussion at various levels. In India itself, we have involved the community, the stakeholders, the techno-legal experts, and everybody else in this process. Many of our companies have been involved in this, startups have been involved in this, academic institutions have been involved in this overall effort, and that is the approach we want to take globally as well. India is well poised to use AI. It represents a huge opportunity for the global south and countries like India in particular to leapfrog in the development process, and the enhanced productivity options that AI offers is probably the one chance that countries like India have to make it to the next stage of development. And hence, it is probably a very important factor in India becoming Viksit Bharat by 2047. And the biggest advantage that India would have in this is the skills that we have in this space. The Stanford Index for 2024, the AI Index, says that India is ranked first for AI skill penetration. And I think that represents the investment that we can make in our youth to take the country forward into the next stage. And that is the real opportunity that AI offers us, and all of us need to work together to see that we get the best benefits out of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Shri Jiten Prasad, Honorable Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology and Ministry of Commerce and Industry.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, Shri Ashwini Vaishnav-ji, Honorable Vice Minister from Japan, Mr. Hiroshi Yoshida-ji, President NASSCOM, Debyani Ghosh, Mr. Srinivas from OpenAI, Secretary of the Department, Shri Krishnan, Shri Abhishek Singh, distinguished delegates of GPAI member countries, AI experts, representatives from academia, industry, and international organizations. I welcome you all to this beautiful city of ours, Delhi. And as you're aware, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, this is the third consecutive tenure that we are here. And unlike my senior cabinet minister who's continuing in this portfolio for the second tenure, I am relatively new to the department, so I'll stick to the prepared text. Even though my speech and Mr. Krishnan's would be prepared in the same section in the ministry. I am honored for this opportunity to host all of you here in New Delhi at this Global IndiaAI Summit, wherein we are also organizing the GPI Mid-Year Summit with an objective to finalize the future roadmap for global partnership on artificial intelligence. This summit represents a significant milestone in our journey towards harnessing the transformative power of artificial intelligence. India completes 6 months as the Council Chair of the Global Partnership on AI, and it marks the beginning of the comprehensive India's National AI Mission, India AI Mission. As we gather here today, India stands ready at the forefront of global AI innovation. Our commitment to fostering an inclusive and robust AI ecosystem is evident, from our advancements in the AI skill penetration and our substantial investments in nurturing AI startups. These achievements not only underscore our progress, but also highlight the immense potential. As the Council Chair of Global Partnership on AI, India has been reinforcing its commitment to the object of furthering and democratizing AI and its associated benefits ethically and responsibly. GPAI provides a unique platform for like-minded countries to align on our commitment towards the responsible development and deployment of AI. Our vision of AI is to make AI in India and make AI work for India. And we have been emphasizing on the significance of utilizing artificial intelligence and machine learning to enhance each and every sector of our economy. This vision lays the framework for building a vibrant AI ecosystem in India and enabling AI for all. We need to work collaboratively to develop solutions for AI to solve problems and challenges in key sectors like healthcare, agriculture, education. Today we have AI-based solutions that can help diagnose diseases like TB and lung cancer by analyzing the X-ray images. Can we scale these up and deploy them at scale? We have AI solutions for personalized learning plans for students. Researchers have developed AI-based applications that advise farmers on usage of water, fertilizers, and pesticides. Farmers can get advisories in their own language with regard to what crop they grow, when they should sow, when they should harvest. They also get information on market prices and when and where should they sell their produce. Some solutions can really benefit people at large. These solutions which are being deployed in India can also be adopted by all member countries. Under the India AI mission, we are working on such AI-based applications, and details of these initiatives will be discussed and deliberated in the various sessions in the next 2 days, I'm sure. Our policy on AI is similar to the digital public infrastructure. We also need to be aware of the risks and technologies that AI poses for democracies across the world. We just had elections in India, and we had our cyber security agencies working overtime, not only to prevent cyber attacks, but also to actively containing fake news and misinformation. With generative AI, the risks and challenges have grown several times over, and we need to work collaboratively to mitigate this evolving strategies and tools to identify deep fakes and AI-generated images and videos. This will require all like-minded countries to work together. I am sure the sessions and deliberations the next 2 days will address these challenges. Our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has argued for several years that the future of technology, whether it involves innovation, partnerships, or the institutional framework for regulating technology and innovation for the benefit of all mankind, should be driven by a coalition of nations rather than just 1 or 2 countries. Throughout this summit, we have a unique opportunity to engage in thought-provoking discussions, exchange cutting ideas, insights, and forge collaborations that will shape the future of AI in India. From exploring emerging trends and technologies to discussing policy frameworks and fostering interdisciplinary collaborations, this summit serves as a platform to catalyze ideas into actions and drive socio-economic growth and technology advancement. And with that, I once again welcome you all, and I hope you will have a fruitful deliberations over the next 2 days. I especially welcome our overseas friends who have come here. I wish you a pleasant stay in Delhi and India, and I would request our officers of the department to facilitate your stay, and apart from the deliberations that will go on, our department would be happy to facilitate so that you go around and see the beautiful city of Delhi and our country. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now invite His Excellency, Mr. Hiroshi Yoshida, Vice Minister for International Affairs, Japan.
Thank you. His Excellency Minister Vaishnav, His Excellency Minister Prasada, and President from NASCOM and Vice President from OpenAI, and distinguished delegates. First of all, I would like to congratulate Minister Vaishnav, Minister Prasada, and their team from METI, as well as the team from NASCOM, for the successful preparation of India AI, together with the GPay Mid-Year Summit. Hosting India AI is a testament of India's strong commitment to promote the responsible development, deployment, and use of AI. This is a great opportunity to bring together companies, startups, researchers, and users to discuss urgent issues for promoting safe, secure, and trustworthy AI. I'm convinced that India AI will create a great synergy with GPay and praise India for this excellent leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, Japan has been attaching great importance to promoting safe, secure, and trustworthy AI. In order to harness the full benefits of AI, we need to mitigate risks to be caused by AI. Risks include disinformation and misinformation, fake news, protection of IPRs, transparency, and language bias in learning data. Since last year, Japan initiated the Hiroshima AI process, and last year, comprehensive policy framework was announced, which includes international guiding principles and international code of conduct for AI developers. In particular, the code of conduct refers to concrete measures to address issues related to the safety and security of advanced AI systems, such as watermarking, red teaming, and also identifies education and skilling as one of the major challenges that our society must face. We also have to stress that in developing technological solutions and increasing human capacity in AI ecosystem, working closely with startups will be very important. In addressing these challenges, GPay also takes an important role because it is an initiative that brings together all stakeholders, including AI experts from academia and industry, as well as government officials. And that is why Japan attaches so much importance to GPay. Here I would like to announce that Japanese government just announced the official launch of GPay Tokyo Center, led by Professor Harayama, who is also presented here and has excellent expertise in AI issues. In particular, the strength and the core value of GPay lies in its inclusiveness. In this regard, Japan strongly supports India's emphasis on participation of the Global South during its GPay chairmanship. That also resonates with the spirit of the Hiroshima AI process that must extend beyond the G7. Ladies and gentlemen, Japan is promoting the Hiroshima Friends Group announced by Japan's Prime Minister Kishida on the occasion of the OECD Ministerial Council last May. To date, 53 countries have joined this friend group. We are delighted that India is one of the first countries to announce its participation. We believe India and Japan, together with all other members, work closely together to achieve safe, secure, and trustworthy AI around the world. India and Japan, each country has its unique histories and traditions, but share the same values and interests, democracy and human-centered AI. By working together, Japan and India can contribute further to the responsible development, deployment, and use of AI in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. We now invite Honorable Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Railways, Information and Broadcasting, Shri Ashwini Vaishnav.
Excellency Hiroshi Yoshida-san, my colleague Minister Jitin Prasad-ji, President NASCOM Debjani-ji, Secretary Mighty Shri Krishnan-ji, Additional Secretary Abhishek-ji, and Mr. Srinivas Narayanan-ji from from OpenAI, all the delegates from around the world, friends from industry, and friends from media, all the colleagues, I welcome you all to this mid-year summit of the GPA. Last 1 year has been momentous in the journey of AI. With the potential of AI clearly visible, both in the general world, as in the terms of consumption of content world, to the industrial world, and to many other social sectors, there is a huge enthusiasm about how AI would actually change the way we live, the way we conduct business, the way our society is structured. Simultaneously, over the last 1 year, there is a huge realization too about the dangers, the risks, and the threats to our social institutions. As Minister Jitin Prasad-ji noted, in the recent general elections, we have seen how big a threat disinformation, misinformation, and fake news can be. And that threat gets multiplied manifold by the power of AI. And this is not something which only we are experiencing. The entire world has experienced the same, and globally every society, every government is feeling exactly the same threat from the emergence of new risks based on AI. And the societies are responding in very methodical, very thought-through ways. In the recent summit of G7, Hiroshima process was announced May 2023. Very significant part of the Hiroshima process was that all the countries have to tackle this threat together. As we look at the potential of AI, we also need to collectively figure out a way what limits we need to pose on the technology. How this can be properly integrated with our social and democratic institutions. In that summit, the focus was on creating legally binding frameworks which are applicable across the world. Similar step has been taken in Europe, where Europe has passed EU AI Act in March 2024. Again, the focus is on defining what the risks are, identifying them placing them into buckets, less harmful, more harmful, very harmful, something which is not acceptable at all. And then working with the industry to make sure that those harms are contained. In the US, an executive order has been passed on AI on similar lines, where the thought process is once again on creating a safe, secure, and trustworthy environment where AI basically works in harmony with the social needs. The United Nations has also set up a high-level advisory board on AI. Last year, in November 2023, at Bletchley Park, a Bletchley Declaration was signed. I'm giving these examples because these examples are very relevant for all of us. Whether in India, whether in Europe, whether in Japan, whether in US, everywhere we are facing the same challenges, and the global south is today looking for a universal support, a universal thought process, at least some common basic principles on which the world has to respond to the potentials on the one hand and the challenges on the other hand. We in India have basically understood that yes, for many of the problems that we face, many of the challenges, economic as well as social challenges that we face, AI can be a very big tool to solve many of the problems. Simultaneously, we need to contain the risks which AI brings. We also believe that the solution has to come through a global thought process. It cannot be done in isolation by any country. That's why we decided to hold this mid-year summit, so that the experience of the last 1 year can be discussed in detail and we can come up with a proper consensus on what should be the way forward. I'm thankful to all the delegates who have come from across the world, from about 50 countries, at a very short notice, and I thank you for all the participation that you will be doing. The participations here will lay the foundation for the next steps that we take in the regulation as well as the potential of AI. In our approach towards utilizing the potential of AI, the thought process has been to democratize technology. Our Prime Minister's vision for technology has always been consistently towards democratizing technology, and by that we mean that technology should be accessible to everybody. We all know that technology is becoming, and especially modern technology is becoming, very expensive, and in many geographies the tendency is that it gets limited in the hands of a few. Whether it is called big tech, whether it's some cases government controlling everything, the approach that our Prime Minister has always adopted is that technology should be accessible to everybody. So the digital public infrastructure is a classic case where no single payment provider, no single service provider has monopoly over the service. The government invests in the platform and everybody basically becomes a part of that. Same approach we are going to adopt in AI also. Here, the approach will be, the government will be investing in creating a public platform where compute power is available, high quality data sets are available, a common set of protocols is available, a common set of framework, technical as well as legal framework is available. Then the startups, the entrepreneurs, the academicians, the people who are working on different applications for a variety of sectors like agriculture, medicine, healthcare, education, people work on those solutions can then use this common platform for accelerating their efforts. It's a very unique approach, and this approach is consistent with the last 10 years of Digital India. This is very much in line with what we are doing in the healthcare sector, in logistics sector, in payment sector, in financial services sector. Everywhere we are creating a public platform where the startups, entrepreneurs, researchers, academia, everybody joins to utilize the power of that potential, power of that platform. We will be investing in an AI compute infrastructure of 10,000 or more GPUs. And again, it will be an approach of public-private partnership so that the efficiencies of industry can be harnessed for this bigger cause. We'll be creating AI Innovation Center. We'll focus on getting good data sets, high quality data sets, which can add more value to the efforts of researchers, startups. We'll have an application development initiative where applications which are relevant to our social problems, to our economic problems, can be developed, can be focused on. We'll also put huge emphasis on skill development. As you are aware, we have set up a course curriculum in about 104 universities for semiconductors. For 5G and 6G development, we have tied up with about 100 universities. We have tied up with universities for railway and logistics sector, very specialized courses, very focused courses, which basically help develop the depth which is required in today's world. Similar approach will be there in case of AI also. And once again, we'll be partnering with the industry, as in the case of railway, as in the case of telecom. We'll be partnering with the industry for defining what the course curriculum should be. We'll also focus on accelerating the deep tech and AI financing, because we know that venture capital will come at a point where the returns start being visible. The phase before that is most vulnerable. So how do we support the deep tech startups during that vulnerable phase will be part of our mission. End of the day, the whole package, the whole India AI mission, which was approved by the cabinet a couple of months back, the team is working on the setting the foundation, setting up all the 7 pillars, and maybe in a couple of months or maybe 2.5, 3 months, we will be launching this mission. The approach will, as I said, will be of democratizing technology. Friends, the parliament is in session, and both me and Minister Prasad will have to be in the parliament. I thank you all for being present at short notice, early morning, and I hope the sessions will set the tone for AI regulation, for using the AI potential. And my special thanks to Minister Yoshida-san for the Tokyo GPay Center. As Minister Yoshida-san said, GPay is a great institution which has built the foundations for global thought process around AI. And with OECD, UN, EU, everybody working on it, it's time that we all combine our efforts. We all think collaboratively. We have the Global South on board, and all of us work together to make sure that the humanity harnesses the potential while containing the risks. Thank you very much and wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Before we leave, we would just like to present a memento to all the dignitaries on this stage for today's session. Thank you, everyone. Over the 2 days, we have 12 sessions in auditorium number 2 and room number MR6. We look forward to a productive and insightful summit. Thank you, everyone. We request everyone to please kindly be settled till the dignitaries leave.